Welcome everyone to One Story House with me, Lorraine Moselle. Now, I was supposed to record this video in my living room today, this morning, and now it is lunchtime. I had a challenging morning with my youngest son, who wouldn't cooperate and wouldn't allow me to have a quiet space to record. And then, since the living room is next to the kitchen, as most people's are, my oldest son came in making a bit of racket, interrupting my recording, and then pointed out to me that my memory had another slip up. He already set the alarm for me so that every day I get 2 alarms to help remind me to put things away that I've cooked. Well, I thought I put everything away, but evidently I left out a whole pan of browned ground beef. Wasted it all right into the trash can. Just love it. Don't you love it? So, if my memory keeps slipping like this, when you tune back, if you tune back, and please do. Well, no, will I even want to be doing this in 20 years? Will I even know who I am in 20 years? I don't know. We never know what tomorrow is going to bring. So anyway, I needed a little R&R. So you probably hear some swinging in the background. That's my youngest son. He loves to swing. And I'm just beside this friend of mine, my tree. Love my tree. So, do a little tree hugging, make me feel better. Become one with nature to help calm my nerves. So, what I'm supposed to be talking about today is unexpected inspiration. Where do I find inspiration? Well, I found that if I get inspired by something ordinary, the output tends to be ordinary. But if I find that I tap into something a little more unique, the outcome is a little more unique. And isn't that what we're all looking for, is to have something that just stands out from the crowd? So, the first thing is that I have things, and I've had things for years, just pop in my head. That's my first source of inspiration. It seems like my own brain. And honestly, what you put in is often what you get out. So if you're putting in a bunch of stuff that isn't creative, and you're just plugging into something ordinary every day, then that's what you're going to get. But with me, I try to find something creative here and there to feed it, to feed my brain. So I will have things pop in my head, titles, names, lines, and that's probably part of my poetic side of my brain working overtime. I use those things to be the basis for my stories. So I kind of work in reverse. I don't write the story and then go, okay, he's making a lot of noise. He's probably, he's singing a song. Hey now, that's something from the 80s. Don't worry about it. I know if anybody out there is traumatized from the 80s, I do apologize to have that reminder if you can hear what he's singing. Okay, back to topic. So a lot of people, they write the story and then, okay, what name am I going to give it? What name am I going to give it? Well, I kind of, in a quirky way, work the opposite. I'll have a title pop in my head and go, oh, I love that. Oh, what could that, I know what that's about. And then I'll start writing about that topic. It just, every day it gets more and more fleshed out. And I do the same thing with names. I'll have a name pop in my head and go, write that down. So I have names from several years ago that I'm just itching to write a story about, but one story at a time. I just can't get them out fast enough. Oh, if only I could do a book every 6 months or something, but that doesn't work that way. Not in this household, not in this brain anyway. The second thing, and I wish I brought out, I did not bring out my notebook. Again, memory, hello. So, okay. As you can see, I've decided to hug a different tree. Yeah, I moved to a different part of the yard. The sun is kind of chasing me around, and nobody wants to see me in full sun. Trust me. Okay. Anyway, back on topic. For my second source of inspiration, I like to look to the Enneagram. And for those of you who have never heard of the Enneagram, it is a wonderful resource tool, not just for writers, but for everyone. I think it should be taught in schools because it would help everyone to understand themselves better, understand each other better, and maybe give each other a little more grace and slack about things if they understood them more. So I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of wheres and what's fors and all that with the Enneagram. Don't have time for that today, but I will dedicate another video to the Enneagram at some point. But needless to say, one of the things I use it for is for character building, and I go back to it and say, I wonder if an 8 and a 2, what would happen with an 8 and a 2, a type 2 and a type 8? Did they get along? Would they be each other's buddies? That sort of thing. And it starts first with my main character, kind of deciding how I want the person to be, and then going from there. And then what would be the complement? What would be an antagonist? What types would spark flames against each other in good or bad ways? So it's a great resource tool. I love it. There is a wonderful, wonderful YouTube channel, You've Got a Type. Check that out sometime. I have watched almost everything that the man has created on YouTube with You've Got a Type, and it has really taught me so many things about the Enneagram. He really breaks it down, and he makes it fun. So it seems like every YouTube channel that I subscribe to has some humor in it, so I can't help myself. It helps de-stress. So another thing that the Enneagram helps with is deciding what you're going to do with all of the dynamics, how each player in your story works with each other. So it's an amazing tool. So just check it out. We'll talk about it some other time. And meanwhile, we'll move on to this third thing that inspires me. Now, the third thing that I'm about to mention may not sound that unique, but it depends on how you use it. To me, that's how far you want to dig is what makes it unique, I think. Now, the third thing is diving into your own past to inspire what you write now. Now, that in and of itself is not unique, but really look deep, deep, deep into the themes that bother you, that have haunted you. And of course, this, again, is going back to my Southern Gothic fiction, and where I want to, okay, the sun is doing some crazy stuff right now. Okay, all right, as long as it's still flattering. Okay. Anyway, the Southern Gothic part of me says, dig for the darkest corners. Okay, Lorraine, you may not want to pull that up, but it has to go on the page. It's therapy. Honestly, it is my best therapy to pull things up like that I'd rather stay hidden. Now, do I write about it straight onto the page? No way. No, I don't want to look at it that closely. I don't want other people to see it that closely. I just need the vibe. I just need the essence of what happened. And then I give it a new spin by putting a new character on the job, so to speak, to work it out for me. I put a new setting, a new situation, and at the core, of course, it still has the same theme. So I still get to work it out as if I'm in a therapy session day after day, writing on my laptop. So that's the third one. The fourth one, and I'm going to have to pause again because my arm is going numb. Wait. Okay. My arm has recovered, so I'm back in the game. Okay, so the fourth thing is I would imagine it's not that unique, unexpected for people who write Southern Gothic fiction, but for maybe the rest of you, it might be unexpected, and that is the cemetery. we have a cemetery next door. And that is an amazing place to go and find information that might spur on your imagination, the next story. The headstones, and they're unique. Some of these people have some unique names from the 1800s, let me tell you. And the epitaphs and the dates even. I love the ones that are from the 1700s. Now I haven't seen any in this particular cemetery from the 1700s. The cemetery I like to go to in Madison, Georgia, has some from the 1700s, and that's also an amazing cemetery, by the way. If you're one of those like me who doesn't find them creepy but finds them peaceful and just a park with dead people in them, just quiet residents. They won't bother you. No. So so that's where I find inspiration. Usually it's for names, for character names, but again, it can spur on a whole. For my first novel, it actually spurred on a whole scene set in a cemetery. So, and I had to chop one. I get a little cemetery happy in my books, so I had to chop a whole scene that had yet another cemetery scene. So, yeah. But anyway, so am I on number 5 yet? Okay, yeah, I think I'm on to number 5. Number 5 is Muses. And I'm going to prop my arm here. Yeah, so that I actually stay in the frame. Muses. And by muses, I mean I choose, before I can really, really write and get into a character on my page, I have to see them in my head. And for some reason, my imagination, no matter how detailed I make the description, just can't seem to, just doesn't pop there until I assign that person an actor that's in the movies or on television, or someone I know, have seen, someone I really am familiar with their mannerisms, the way they speak, their voice, what they wear, or in a particular role, if it's a movie star or a TV star. So for my second book, That Which Is True Cannot Be, my muse was Zendaya. Yeah, truly. I love Zendaya. And if she saw the character I created around her, she might love me too. So the main character, and I have also noticed, I looked back, I don't mean to digress here, but I looked back at my other videos and realized I say so as much as some people say and I do apologize. It just happens. Anyway, Zendaya was my muse. I watched the second Dune movie, and I was like, yes, she's my main character. I already had a main character, but I just couldn't get anywhere. And I was like, I have to see her. I have to see her. And I used Zendaya in my brain, how she looked in Euphoria, pretty much. Yeah, that's basically it. So those are my 5. Those are the 5 things that I use unique things to inspire my next story and previous stories, and basically just about everything. That's how my brain works. So now you know. So I hope that you'll leave something in the comments about what inspires you. I would love to hear it. And I'm sure everybody would also that's tuning in. So. And if you have enjoyed any of this content, part of this content, whatever, please like and subscribe and let me know what you'd like to have for future videos. I'd love to see what your thoughts are and where we can go with all of this. And I'd love to be an encouragement, like I said before in one of my other videos. I want to encourage you, and thank you for encouraging me as well. Until we see each other again, I hope that your day is blessed beyond the ordinary. Take care. Bye-bye.